Hi, thehavasuhiker here, and I want to talk to you today about what I carry in my fire starting kit.
So now let's take a look at my fire kit really quick. And this is what I carry in my survival pack. And I've got it wrapped in this faux leather container with some paracord, which I can use for tinder if I need to. And this right here, before we get started, it's a little striker, which you can definitely use for starting fires. And it has a little multi-tool aspect to it. It has a little cord cutter here. It's got a carabiner, sort of a cheap wrench, flathead, and a Phillips head screwdriver. You never know when that'll come in handy. So right now we'll get to this. I open this up, and this is what I love about repurposing things. This used to be a squincher container for my electrolytes, and inside I have two solid fuel tabs, which are great for tinder. If it's windy or wet, you never know. And you don't have to use the whole thing. You could just break off a piece. It'll catch a spark really quick. These are bellows, and this works great for stoking a fire. I've got a magnesium block in here, which actually needs to kind of be replaced. It's a little old. Ferro rod, a little Bic lighter, and I love these things. I'm nuts about these. It's P38 or P51. I'm not sure which one it is. The smaller ones of P38, I think. But these are great for can openers and using as a striker on a ferro rod. But definitely, if the apocalypse hits, there'll be cans of stuff everywhere, and you won't be able to get any food unless you have a can opener, which I have on my Swiss Army knife, but it's always nice to have another one available. Next, I have a candle that I've cut in half for space and to conserve it. And these are great for warming the inside of a shelter or a tent. You just light this and warm it up, and your shelter gets warm for a little bit. Can also be used to light a fire or as a light source. Next, I have piece of aluminum foil so I can catch my tinder, my sparks in windy or wet conditions. You never know. And I also use this faux leather. Actually, I think this is actual leather. Remnant. I got this remnant here. And I also use this for working tools and processing tools and other stuff when I do stonework or I'm working with wood. Now, the last thing I have is a tinder case, and this was an old M&M container, little mini M&Ms, and inside I have a piece of tinder as a paracord. It's paracord. You just rip that apart, and I've put a couple pieces of string down with some cardboard all the way to the bottom, and inside here I have put some cotton balls impregnated with Vaseline, and that'll catch a spark really good. Now, there's a million ways you can use for million things you can use for tinder, and it comes right down to it. This is one of my old favorites, and it works well in wet conditions and windy conditions, so I'm always confident I could get a fire going. And out here in the southwest where I live, just about anything burns because of such dry conditions, so it's not hard to get a fire going. And lastly, if you'll notice, I have everything wrapped with duct tape. And the duct tape can be used, well, for small repairs, but also for tinder to start a fire if you're short of tinder. And, that's how it works.
You definitely have multiple ways of starting a fire because you never know which one's going to crap out on you or which one's going to be the best. And definitely practice with them under different conditions, windy, wet, whatever. You want to have also like a Fresnel lens. They're cheap and expensive. They're easy to carry in your wallet. They start fires really good, and if you lose your glasses, you can always read stuff with them, like maps or instructions or anything. It helps you to see wounds. If you got something in a wound, you got to pick out glass or rocks. This is the stuff right here. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and leave some comments. I'd love to hear what you have to say on the subject. safe and survive.